Recording. We're recording. Hello, everyone. This is 40
Hey.
Minutes, episode 2.
Hello, world.
Our weekly quarantine podcast with your gracious hosts, the 1940s.
Hello.
Let's dive right
Hello,
into
everyone.
it. So, since last week,
Please.
what's everyone been doing?
Josh, you go
Wait.
first, bub.
I've just been thinking all about John and what he's doing this week.
John went all out and got a do-rag.
Yeah, John, what's on your head this week? Is that
It's a
Part of your
do-rag.
quarantine?
I don't want my cornrows to frizz.
how about does it help protect against coronavirus?
No.
No?
The man can dream.
It does absolutely nothing for it.
Mm.
It's for my
But it does
cornrows.
everything for your look.
Yeah, you look
Yeah.
great.
Well, this is just me in the house.
Do you have a rap name?
I'm working on a couple of them, but nipples seems to be the
Josh, how far do you think if John decided to have a rap career, how far do you think it would go?
He would be so just underground, he would never be found.
It's because he's too hardcore.
Exactly. Just look at that man.
Nick, how about you?
I think I'd actually be really good, but I would get into a lot of beefs on purpose.
What would your first beef? You wouldn't have beef with any of us, would you?
I mean, no, but you ain't rappers.
That's true. Well, Josh
Yeah, you can
actually
only
has a
beef with
secret rap
rappers.
career.
No, don't tell him I'm not a rapper. doesn't
Okay,
even
yeah, never mind. I'm sorry.
You didn't hear it from us.
We won't forget about Josh's little Boosie side project.
It's actually a little bussy.
He's infectious.
He used to actually be a waiter or a busboy.
Oh, a little bussy.
Mm-hmm. And then he drove a bus for like 10 years. So, Nick,
There's
what
a
have
lot
you
about
been
Josh
up to?
I don't even know.
Yeah, there is. There's actually plenty about Joe. You find out by the end of this podcast. You're going to find out a lot about him.
Oh, yeah. Stay tuned. One of my
What have you
big
been up to?
accomplishments. One of my big accomplishments this week was I finished Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, and I watched the
Fuck
movie.
yeah.
You watched the movie too?
Yeah. So
What are your thoughts about Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets?
That's book number 2 for those of you that don't know or care. Now you know. The first book was Sorcerer's Stone, and I think I like the movie to that better than the book. But for Chamber of Secrets, I think I like the book better than the movie.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So stay tuned for more Harry Potter news.
I don't think it. I will say this: I don't think the books and the movies actually really get good till the third one.
That's what Cynthia's telling me.
She's correct.
So
I think she's correct.
yes, I gotta start
The
reading.
first
the
two
third
are
one.
like just for kids, and then the third one is actually like, oh, okay, this might be something a little bit more.
Sweet. So how about you, Matthew? You were saying something about a run. You were going
Yeah,
for a run.
I've been getting back on the running train, and every other run has been getting longer and longer. So it's going good. My fitness is important to try and stay active during the quarantine when you're not working
Absolutely.
a lot.
Yep.
Because it's easy to just sit around and do nothing.
For sure.
You just want to. You could just sit down and order food and watch movies all day. And if you're John, start your rap career.
Yeah.
John,
It's
how
already
about
doing
you?
better than the 40s.
John, I live with you, but for those that don't know, what are you doing?
Well, Matthew, that's a loaded question. I've been
Tell the people.
recycling. I've been recycling horse hooves, and I was I've been drinking a lot of protein shakes.
Where do you get the horse hooves?
Yeah, where do you get
The horse farm? From the horse
You're
farm.
supposed to be social
Who?
distancing.
Whose horse farm?
I had one built in October.
Nipples.
Nipples Horse Farm?
Yeah. Nibbles and bits. That's what they eat.
Nipples and bits.
Yeah, nipples and bits.
Mm.
Did
I was
the
thinking. I
football
really
helmet
was
thing not
thinking
work out
about.
for you?
Huh?
Did the football helmet collection not work out for you? Now you have to be a
Well,
rapper.
my head's too big to fit in them, so I figured it was a lost cause.
John,
Yeah, I
actually,
didn't see that coming.
you wouldn't
Don't give
believe
up on
how
your
many-
dreams.
You wouldn't believe how many people we had over the house. John sold 8,000 mini football helmets. It took
Oh
him
wow.
there was a high number of helmets. Took him to realize they're never going to fit.
It was to finance his rap career, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. John, that lighting is so dramatic for your. You definitely
A
start out.
portrait of a rapper.
Yeah.
I'm very disappointed I didn't do anything nearly as interesting as John this week.
Yeah, neither did I, man. I didn't know about the horse farm. I don't know when you had time to do that and you didn't.
I was drunk on Sunday.
Only.
It doesn't sound very religious.
I literally drained Jesus' body of his blood and got drunk from it.
That sounds very, very.
It sounds like
hardcore.
Satanism.
So it sounds like
You're a vampire.
Yeah, you're a vampire.
Well, the liquor stores were closed. I had no choice other than to
John, I feel like
drain Jesus' body of his
I feel
blood.
like you could have done better things if you found Jesus for the world. You probably could have stopped this whole pandemic.
He was dead. He ain't doing nothing. What's he doing? Who's he?
Missed opportunity.
Oh God, John, tell us more.
More.
Don't tell us more.
Yeah,
What
the
am
only
I
thing.
doing?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Well, Josh, unbeknownst to you,
Just me.
We're starting a new.
Unbeknownst to Josh.
Yeah, it's called "What's in Josh's Hat." And Josh, you have to give us a minute or two about what's in your hat.
Well, this is kind of a problem because I'm not wearing a hat.
What's in your hat?
I can't give you more than 1 second. There's nothing in this hat.
If you were wearing a hat, what would
If you were
be
wearing
inside
a
it?
hat, well then this is a hypothetical.
Well, what if you owned a hat and there was something in it? What would it be?
All right, better question.
Well, this is hard because I've never owned a hat.
If you had to
Ever.
hide something in a hat,
Oh, if I had to hide
It wasn't
something.
your head. It can't be your head.
that'd be a big hat.
It would be
Come on, Josh.
everything that John wants to know just hidden on a scroll in the hat.
Josh, tell us what's in your hat,
What
Josh.
were the first
This
first
is-
two things that John want to know be on the scroll?
I'm gonna have to slide. You have to slide in my DMs later. I can't tell you right now. He's right here.
Ooh.
John, we'll play another game next. What's in your do-rag?
My cornrows.
Is it actual corn or is it the hairstyle?
It's the hairstyle,
I think you're lying.
but it's dyed yellow. So
I wish you
Interesting
would bleach your
choice.
hair one time, just
John,
for
I
like
thought it was
one era
legit.
of the band.
Me too.
You know, I've considered because Matthew Bellamy does it. Like he just dyes his hair weird colors. Or at least he used to.
you did it before.
Yeah, but it was only for like a day or two, and then it washed out.
Mm.
I'm thinking go on tour, and then we play Glastonbury, big gig or whatever, and I come out and I have purple and green hair. People are like, "Is he the Joker?"
Ooh.
Right?
I was thinking about shaving all my hair off during the quarantine.
Go for it.
Did you actually do that? Because you have a do-rag on. You're hiding something, and it's not cornrows. I know you very well.
It also
is
sounds.
cornrows. I told you I don't want them to frizz.
It kind of also sounds like the start of the movie where he goes insane.
I
John-
didn't shave off all my hair, but I was thinking about it.
John, what do you think about what Lil Boosie said last week?
I agree.
He said John
I hope he
McCarra
didn't actually
started
say something.
He said John McCarra started a rap career, and it's going to be fucking shit. No one likes him.
You gonna
He
take
said
that?
it's going to be the shit.
I must have just misheard him.
Yeah,
I don't
we
believe he
know
said
him
that.
really well.
Matthew, that sounds like something that I feel like you would say.
No, I didn't say that. That wasn't me. That wasn't me at all.
I went clubbing with Little Boozy one time.
It's Boosie.
Well, his brother, I mean.
Little Boozy is his alcoholic brother, whose rap career failed because he can't string two sentences together.
Mm.
Well, I wish you luck on your endeavor,
like
John.
John.
Thank you, Nick.
Yeah, John, really. Good luck. Best of luck to you being a rapper. There's a dog outside.
So, all right. So this week, Josh's hat. Hey, what happened to that Assassin's Creed hat, Josh? That's what the hat we're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've never owned a hat.
Josh, do you have Ezio in your hat?
This sounds made up.
Josh,
refuse to answer any more questions. You'll have to speak to my publicist.
Josh, you have a publicist? Why don't we have a
things that you'll find out on this podcast?
Oh God!
Get him on the line. Get him on the horn.
Josh started working for Fox News last week.
Oh shit! Are these protests your fault, Josh?
Can't answer that.
Yeah.
I'm actually anti-test.
Anti-test. Do you mean the former Attitude Era WWE wrestler, or do you mean like tests, like standardized? What are you talking about?
Like college tests.
Standardized tests.
College tests.
I don't think there's any reason then people should know what we know.
Why?
That was subject.
Why?
Interesting argument.
Yeah, they don't. What's the matter to them? Let us
All
be.
right, if you don't want any tests, then how can you prove that you know something in a given field? And especially if you need to prove something in a degree.
See, that's the problem. There's no more trust in fellow humans anymore.
This is true.
See,
you just have to hope that they do know what they're doing. You know.
What if?
I don't trust a word you're saying.
What if they're a really good liar? The reason there's college degrees is it has to be con men and liars, because someone's probably a great liar like a bunch of years ago and was like, "I'll fix your house," and he just fucking conned them. He just destroyed their house and he left, and he just kept conning people. So eventually, they needed something to prove that they could do things. I don't know. That's my theory on the.
I never went to college because I'm too smart.
They wouldn't let you in. You were off.
They were like
the charts.
They misunderstood. They thought I was trying to teach the class.
Josh,
and I was like, I'm trying to learn, bud.
As the only one in here currently taking tests.
I thought you were gonna say as the only one who ever went to college.
No, Nick went to college.
I sure did.
Nick, where'd you go?
I just went to community college.
You saved a lot of money.
Philadelphia.
Yes, I did. I thought, John, you had to study thugonomics to be a rapper.
No, I kind of just invented my own form of it.
Oh.
What does that entail? Flipping your feet in the air while you're
very thug.
Only you have to if you're not in touch with your true thug self, then you can't do stuff like that.
Good point.
I'm not arguing.
Me neither. All right, so back to what I was saying, Josh. As the only person.
not this again. You can try all you want. I'm not telling you, John.
The secret's out there.
John, are you gonna have to go over Josh's house to get his hat and find out?
I'm gonna just text Jimmy and ask him. That's all.
He's gonna say, "I'm not telling you."
I do have his number.
And you know what? But John, the problem is you actually have Jimmy's fax number, and he just threw out his fax machine last week. Hey, seriously, was there ever anyone that used a fax machine for like normal everyday purpose, like commercial purposes? Like, who bought people in the 80s buy fax machines that just, hey, I'm gonna fax you a letter. Like,
I'm actually a fax machine, FACTS machine, and I just spit straight facts constantly.
Give us one.
Alternative facts, maybe.
I have a do-rag on because I don't want my cornrows to frizz. Fact.
Oh, okay. All right, Josh. So as the only person in the band right now taking tests, what are your opinion on tests?
Test boosters.
Oh, you couldn't have asked me at a worse time because it's like I muted myself. It's about to be finals week.
Oh, really?
Pretty much, yeah. So, like, I think this is basically the last full week of classes, and yeah, I want to kill myself. So yeah, I'm not a fan of tests right now.
Enough said.
Also, coming back to what you were saying about exercise, thank God we have the dog because, you know, being able to get out and just take him out for exercise.
Oh yeah, give us a minute on your new pooch.
You keep putting time limits on me, and this isn't how it works. I go for as long as I want to, and that's just the best you're gonna get.
Tell him, Josh.
Josh did get a pooch though.
Yeah, he's a Samoyed. His name is Tommy. I think John thought he should be named Marshmallow, if I'm not mistaken.
I think that was a me and my mom collab, but yeah.
How about just
he's
Mellow?
He is far from mellow. He's very rambunctious. He wants to destroy the house, and I can't wait for you all to meet him. I'm gonna take him over, and he's gonna meet all your cats, and it's gonna be hell.
Oh wow!
Can't wait for this
They'll
quarantine.
probably
to
just
end.
hide. Besides Emily,
I feel like I could see Ollie not just hiding.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But see, the thing is, Ollie's evolving his wings now, so that kind of changes the game. So as you could see, Nick is wearing some custom 40 gear. Keep in mind, every single show we do, well, you can't get them now because we obviously sold out of them. But every show we do, we have merch at. We have T-shirts, business cards, stickers. The business cards are free. We have CDs and stuff like that. And by the time we start doing shows again, our new record, Nightbirds, is going to be out. You'll be able to buy that CD at our shows too. Keep that in mind.
Yay!
Oh, and there
I don't know what's going on with John.
Did you jump out the window?
I believe I can. Oh, I never mind. We're not allowed to sing that yet.
Now the whole thing's gonna get taken down for copyright infringement.
Oh.
Done. I don't know. R. Kelly was gonna ruin us too. John, what happened to you?
My phone fell on the floor.
Yeah,
Never a dull moment with you. That was a great view of his nostril for that 1/2 second.
So, John, how's your nostril?
It actually needs a good shaving, Matthew. Thank you for asking.
Is there any more?
John shaved for the first time.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't know if either of you guys seen it. John, I have a picture of it. I can send it to you guys. John shaved for the first time, like as far down, like not clean shaven, but like light stubble since he was 16. At the start of this quarantine.
I saw it in one of the quarantine concerts, and it was a sight to see.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy.
I'm very glad it's grown back. I couldn't get used to your face like that.
Just to let everyone know who watches this, every Thursday on YouTube now, our quarantine concerts are going to be uploaded. So if you come here on Tuesday, you're going to see this. And if you go to our YouTube channel on Thursday, you're going to see quarantine concerts. If you want to see the ones that we've already done, go on Facebook. So we're going to re-edit. I'm going to re-edit some of them, and we're going to put them up. It's going to have slightly better audio, hopefully.
I see you over there, John, posing, looking like, oh, look how cute you are. I see you.
It's hard to get comfortable while holding the phone for this long.
Now, where you get that pose?
We got to get you a little, like, stand to put it on or something.
Ooh.
But
like a stabilizer.
Before we move on, is there any more side projects you want to plug, John, while we're here?
Yeah, I think that I'm going to start my own podcast called Drunk Piece of Shit. And every time I get drunk, I'm going to just talk for about a half hour.
No one watched
I'd subscribe.
No one watched that.
I've
heard that podcast way too many times. I don't want to hear it. So back to what I was saying before. John fell on the floor and dropped his phone and fought off some of his demons. Nightbirds is coming out. Our new record.
Yes, it is.
May 8th.
Ooh,
Woo! May 8th.
exciting.
Right now, it's going through all the channels. Our many, many, many representatives all over the world. We have representatives in every continent. Asia, Europe, even
Some of them
Antarctica.
don't even know
The
it
other
yet.
ones.
The other ones, South
All other
America,
countries.
Africa. That's a big continent. I have our representatives down there are Toto. And as you could tell by how close John's face is to the camera, Nightbirds is coming out. We're going to talk about our new song that's going to be on that. It's the opening track of Nightbirds. It's called "Am I Right?" Whew. John, being
Yes.
as you're
Am I
starting,
right?
being as that's kind of a rap song, and you have a do-rag on. Why don't you take us through that song a little bit? What are your thoughts? on
Well,
it?
so
What do you want to say about that?
I think you can definitely hear the influences in that song. There's a little bit of Dr. Dre, a little bit of Juicy J, which is how I got the idea for some of the lyrics from one of his rap videos.
What do you remember?
little-
What Juicy J song it was, or was this
No,
a
I
rap video?
tried to find it. It's not his. I don't think it's his song. He's featured in it.
Oh man.
And I just can't remember, but it was definitely Juicy J.
Is that where the crosses on the see-through shirt line came from?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm proud of that lyric a lot. Crosses on a see-through shirt. She's an oxymoron. Incredible. Yeah, and then obviously our normal influences are also in it, but like I think this is like one of the first songs where we because this is also an old song. I think me and Matthew were working on it in 2015, 2014.
About
So-
about 6 years ago.
This is about a 6-year-old song, but what was I going to say?
None of us know.
I don't remember what I was going to say, but it's a 6-year-old song. We've been working on it a while. You can hear a lot. That's what I was going to say. I think it was the first time in our very, very, very infant career that we branched out from like the normal kind of rock music we liked.
Start a
Musically.
song with an acoustic guitar and then finish it with the band. It started off differently.
Yeah. That's all I got to say. Nick,
John,
what do you think about it? Let's do
Yeah,
Nick.
Nick.
Let's do Nick next. We had a segment called Josh's Hat, so let's do what
Hey, it's
Nick's
my turn.
idea is on. Am I right?
Also, I have an idea for you, Nick.
Okay.
That's the end of the video. I'll tell you.
Oh, okay.
But we
So
can
the
do
audience
it
can't hear.
this week. I'm going to put you on the spot and do it after we're done talking about Am I Right?
Oh man.
Oh boy.
This is
Suspenseful.
spur of the moment. We film these live. So Nick, what do you
Alright,
think
yeah.
about Am I Right?
All right. So, Am I Right? Was supposed to be the first single. The majority of us voted it to be the first single. However,
Yeah.
it is not the first single due to us reaching the deadline, and that song took quite a few mixes. I think that took more mixes than any other song on
That song went 30 mixes. 30
30.
different
Holy
bounces.
shit.
That song had a lot going on.
Yeah, and the people that have seen us live are somewhat familiar with the song, but since our live shows and what we have on the record, we have the song features a new intro, and that was written like just a couple weeks before we actually took it to Mr. Tony Mascara to record, and that was actually his idea. Like for that session, we sent him cell phone demos, and I think that was the only note he sent us prior to us going to his place. Was that song
And
should be longer.
it was just like, hey, why don't you try a different intro on the song? Or
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. I think what
great note though.
his idea for it was slightly different, and I think
Probably.
we misunderstood. I definitely didn't fully understand what he was saying about it, and then we worked on it, and I think that it turned out really good. Like I think it turned out better than probably what any of us thought at first.
Yeah, because
It
I
was
feel like I remember him saying something like that in the studio, and like basically saying like that wasn't what he meant. But then he heard
yeah.
and he was like, "But it fucking rocks."
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's still
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, we got the Tony approval.
Big shout out to Tony.
Yes.
Big shout out. Look him up everywhere you can find him. Tony
He has a cool
Mascara.
last name, and he has a really
He will
cool
not do your makeup,
studio.
from what I know.
Unfortunately.
It's
Unfortunately.
very similar to our last name.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is. How about that?
He probably changed a couple letters. He wanted to distance himself.
That's my cousin. That's my
Not-
cousin Tony.
Not cousin,
Cousin
cousin
Tony.
with a T. Cousin. That's my cousin.
Let's put I'll put one of Tony's links in the description for this video.
Yeah.
Psych. No, I'm kidding.
It's not April Fool's anymore.
uh,
So I'm passing the torch to Josh, and let's hear his thoughts on Am I Right?
All right, so let me think. What
you knew the
hasn't been
song
said
for
already?
a while, Josh.
I have, and something I was gonna say is like from initial recordings way back when, it's changed a decent amount, at least through the recording process. Like it's much more dynamic than it ever was.
Yeah.
Obviously, we have the new intro. There's a lot of different layers of like background vocals going on and little, I don't even know what the word is, little guitar diddles here and there. There's the keys now. I don't even know what the word for it is. I'm very proud of it. It's just amazing. I can't wait for people to hear it, honestly.
We worked a lot
Oh,
on the
yeah.
bass tone too. I don't know if we give bass enough love, but we worked a lot on the bass on this whole record. But Am I Right? Like a lot.
I'm sure there's so much I'm forgetting too, because like you said, apparently there was 30 bounces. I didn't even remember having that many.
There was so many bounces of Am I Right?
So overwhelming.
So many. There was like 20 normal mixes, and then we mastered it. And I was like,
At one point, it was like there's like 25 bounces of that one, and there's only like 2 of every other one. Like we spent so much time on that one.
Yeah, there was like 10 Drake Taylor bounces, and there's like 30
Hmm.
Am I Right bounces.
Sounds about right.
But yeah, I'm very happy with it. I can't wait for it to be out.
Yeah. I guess it's my turn.
Let me go. One other tidbit before
Yeah.
Matthew goes and puts his 2 cents in. Another thing that kind of prevented it from being the single was we were kind of at a loss for what the artwork should be.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I sent some funny ones to you guys, but like nothing like really fit the song. So that was like another thing that was kind of keeping us from.
Summer Song
I
art
Totally
no.
forgot.
clicked. As soon as I seen that, I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah, that was the only song I think where the artwork was like, oh yeah, this is definitely going to be the artwork for the song.
Agreed. Yes.
And then the Nightbirds cover once that was done.
Yeah, that was really lit. I actually drew that.
Nick, and I should say too, I think the 3 of us gave Nick like general direction, but like the ideas and the editing done on that, a lot of that's Nick.
Yeah.
So you got to give Nick
Yes, sir.
credit for some fucking sharp, good-looking visuals.
We probably should have given him a little more direction and stuff to work with instead of just being like, yeah, go at it, have fun.
I think the big thing was the color, and it's like, yeah, I think it should be this color and it should be dark because this is a dark record. And Nick was probably just like,
Oh, thanks.
thanks, guys. There's sometimes it's fun though to kind of be left to your own devices.
Yeah.
Right.
John looks like he's being left to his own devices right now.
Did we just get a notification?
For what?
How much time we got left?
I think they took away the time limit again. So
I
we're
didn't
good.
get a notification.
I saw it, but I don't know what time we're at. Like how much time we
We're
have
good.
left.
We're good. We
We're
have some time. We didn't hit 40 minutes yet. As a
That's
matter
all
of
that
fact,
matters.
we're more at like 28 minutes, 29 minutes.
All right.
Cool. So
so
Matthew, give us some info on Am I Right?
So for me, for Am I Right? We would have, so the way we kind of did this record was fun because we recorded it all on tape. Sort of the only record we did on tape, and we recorded it with Tony Mascara, like we're saying. And then we brought it back and we just mixed the whole thing ourselves for the first time. So the 40 computer lives with me. So Josh and Nick, and even though me and John live together, John would come in and we would have all these these couple-hour mix sessions, and then they will leave. But then sometimes I'll sit with the songs and I'll just listen to them and like tweak minor things. And there's so many little things in that song that aren't really prevalent. Like you can't really notice that are there, but are there. So there's 2 different keyboard lines that are in the song now that I believe were recorded by Nick in his. I think he recorded them separately on his own at home, and then sent them to
Correct.
us via file sharing, and then we added them in and mixed them. Same thing with Summer Song with the piano. It just kind of recorded the piano, and then it was just there. And then there's an acoustic guitar. I think it was me and Josh.
Yeah.
Me and
It
Josh
was.
did that. And there's an acoustic guitar in the solo, too. That's like kind of unknown. So I think what I'm trying to get at is sometimes you need, I don't know, that John has. We could take so many different snapshots of John's different poses in this video. Oh Lord, there's just a lot goes in. I think this is a great song, and a lot of different moving parts go into making a great song. It's not just one thing, and a lot of the stuff comes out when you record, and it shows that. I think it shows the talent of the band.
Oh yes.
I agree.
What are you doing?
Look at how mysterious John's trying to be.
That is a deep shot.
That's a deep shot.
Make
So
sure
what-
when you do the thumbnail at the end of this, you get a great one of John.
All right, so we have 3. We have. Am I right? When it's out on May 8th, go listen to it.
Yes.
This
Please.
is a little companion to that song. If you want to get a little bit more depth into it. Also, I'm proud of the guitar work because the original guitar work I wrote for it is almost exactly the same to this day, and I wrote that like 6 or 7 years ago as a teenager. So I'm proud of that.
Mhm.
Before we
Good job,
go
sir.
into anything else, John looks very mysterious and kind of dark. What's going on in the mind of John right now?
I just don't want too much of my room being shown because it's a mess. That's all.
So you're just showing this much of your face?
Yeah. So I'm just being as lit as possible.
Sounds like John's hiding something.
It's like you're starring in your friend's college.
That's gross. We don't need that
Oh
shot.
my God.
We don't want to see your teeth.
I got a shark tooth.
No one wants to say it. Oh, that's actually scary.
It's
You
very
get a lot
sharp.
of dental work done.
They said I could keep it. They said there's no reason why.
Unless it gets a mind of its own.
Is they actual professionals?
Yeah, my
Sounds-
mom.
She went to dental school.
Ricky, he just hangs out at the corner.
Yeah.
Who lives at the corner. So this week, we're doing part 2 of Song versus Song.
Oh yeah, I'm excited for this one.
All right, so this week we're pinning. It's Mark Ronson featuring Bruno Mars, Uptown Funk, versus what is it? I Want to Dance with Somebody by Whitney Houston.
Yep.
Now-
Yes.
I want to look up because Nick made a great point. Nick didn't even realize that that's a Mark Ronson song.
Yeah.
I thought it was Bruno Mars.
Well, I mean, so Mark Ronson, I think it's a Mark Ronson song the same way, even though he's more involved. But like, you know how like DJ Khaled songs are, like it's people still know it for Bruno Mars sings the fuck out of it, you know?
Yeah, like the person singing it.
So I want to say this. This is what I was saying to Nick. We were texting in our band thread today. So this is the credits for the song. I just want to go over this real quick because this is how crazy things are.
Oh,
Mark
boy.
Ronson's the artist. Bruno Mars is the featured artist. Bruno Mars, Mark Johnson, and a guy named Jeff Basker produced it. There's 3 producers. There is 10 writers on the song. That's probably because they sampled 2 different songs, and All Gold Everything is interpolated in the song. So that means there's 10 different writers on this song. So it's actually 10 different people's song. But Bruno Mars
Nice.
sings it. So it's going to be a Bruno
he
Mars
does.
song for us.
That works.
Ain't it weird? So like, but you know what though?
Thoughts? What's everyone's thoughts? What are your thoughts, John? You're going.
I was thinking about the people writing songs and stuff, like
Mhm.
how like like what constitutes as songwriting to them? It might be different from like pop might be different than other things. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
one guy might have said to Mark Ronson, "Hey, the bass should do this."
Well, I think in this case, since they sampled two different songs, whoever wrote those two songs gets a writing credit on this song anyway.
I got a question,
Yep.
Matthew. Very important question. Is Trinidad James credited as a writer on that song?
I don't know because his rap name is Trinidad James, but writers are credited by their actual names. So I'd have to do more research that I don't want to do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look up. I need to know. But so Nick, go first.
I was saying, Nick.
Josh, go.
The answer's no. He's not credited.
Thank you, Josh.
Oh, good job.
So me and Nick dug into this a little bit. We were the first two that answered this call at this meeting when it started before we were recording, and Nick had some thoughts already on it. So Nick, what are you thinking? What's your pick between those two?
All right, so song versus song, I automatically go with Whitney Houston. I love Whitney. I still can't believe that she's gone and she went the way she did. I guess that just goes to show you that anybody can have those kinds of demons. And I honestly only heard Uptown Funk in its entirety for the first time today, like knowing we were going to do this. Yeah, like any other time, I would just get like little pieces here, and I would shut it off, and not to sound like a jerk, because I actually enjoy Bruno Mars's like earlier stuff, and like a lot of people like to compare him to James Brown, and I'm a huge James Brown fan. I have a lot of influence from him, but yeah, exactly. But that song, I don't know. I just never did it for me. So Whitney Houston, "Want to Dance with Somebody" is my vote.
Okay.
What takes the cake? What do you think, John?
Well, I got good news. Trinidad James's real name is Nicolaus Williams, and he is credited on Uptown Funk.
Really?
Which makes the choice because so he had a song called "Gold, All Gold, Everything."
Yeah, Gold Doll
and
my
that's
king.
where they got the "Don't Believe Me, Just Watch" part of the song.
Oh.
This
So he gets a writing credit for that?
Yeah, he should.
this page
That's
has his
part of the
name
song.
misspelled, so that's how I missed it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought the song was called for a second when I said it today. I was like, "Don't believe me, just watch."
No. John said, "I Want to Dance with Somebody" by Whitney Houston versus "Don't Believe Me," Bruno Mars. I was like, what's that?
Is that like a B-side? I never heard that song.
I never heard that one.
But I think.
John, who do you think wins?
So I had the opposite. I thought I would have the opposite opinion that Nick does, because every time I hear "I Want to Dance with Somebody," I'm like, I wish the song was not on. Like it's annoying. like it's overplayed, and it's just like we're usually it's at
They're
a
both
party.
very overplayed songs.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I picked
that
them.
off right now.
Usually it's at a party, and I don't want to hear it. And Uptown Funk, when it first came out, which was a lot more recent, it was like, okay, Bruno Mars is doing his '80s bullshit again, and it's not bad. And then I listened to both songs, the full songs today, unbiased, in my room where I was actually prepared and wanted to hear them. And it's Whitney Houston all the way.
Oh.
My opinion, and I still don't want to hear that song like when I'm at a fucking block party or whatever. But I don't want to hear Bruno Mars either. That song,
Understood.
And I think that the melodies and the sweetness in Whitney Houston's voice is a lot more pleasant than Bruno Mars saying how cool he looks. Which I actually don't mind. I don't mind Uptown Funk. I thought I would pick that one before I actually listened, but I didn't. I think Whitney Houston's songs, the actual song's better. The melody's better. It's a real song, and Bruno Mars's Uptown Funk song is kind of a mismatch or a mash up of just a bunch of cool different sounds, and that's fine. But if you want a real actual song, I think "I Want to Dance with Somebody" is is the better.
Josh,
Yeah,
what do you
well
think?
said.
Well done. Well done.
I agree with everything said. I actually also didn't think I was gonna pick I Want to Dance with Somebody. But for everything said, and then for also a couple other reasons, that actually ends up being my pick. Couple big reasons. I'm a huge fan of just like key changes when they work, and it works in I Want to Dance with Somebody.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking that too when I was like, oh fuck, they do key change.
Did everyone listen to the song today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I listened to
didn't
both, yeah.
I didn't. The other one didn't listen. I'm not doing
Got to
my
be prepared,
homework.
Matthew.
And then also both overplayed, but I Want to Dance with Somebody has actually endured for what 30 years, maybe more at this point.
33,
Even
I
though
think.
on the one hand it can sometimes annoy me, it endured for a reason. And Uptown Funk at this point is just overplayed, and I don't think many people really remember it as much at this point. I don't think it's a classic in the same way.
Mm.
So yeah.
Well done.
Okay, so you pick obviously Whitney Houston, right, Josh?
Yes. I don't know if I meant to say that at the beginning.
All
Yeah,
right.
I pick Whitney Houston.
I love Bruno Mars, and I agree with what Nick said. I think his first 3 albums are great, and I think that he's probably solo artist wise. I can't say right now definitively. There's one better solo artist as an entertainer than him. Just
I
as
was thinking
pure
that too.
solo pop artist, I don't think there's anyone. He can sing, he can dance. He has a great. I mean, his live band is incredible. Like if we were talking about an actual just Bruno Mars song, like "Locked Out of Heaven," it would be Bruno Mars all the way.
Oh, awesome
Dude,
song.
Wouldn't even be
just the way
wouldn't even
you
be a
are.
question. Just the way that you are. One of the best love songs. One of the best love pop songs I think it's ever been written.
Yeah.
I dig that too.
But after I thought about it, I thought about it the most logical way I could have thought possible. Because I was at a wedding not too long ago, and they played both songs.
Hey.
And I thought, what song did I have more fun at that wedding? Because let's be honest, people don't listen to these songs unless they're at a party of some sort, celebration of some kind. No one puts their headphones in and goes, I need to listen to Uptown Funk today. Or I need to listen to I Want to Dance with Some. I mean, maybe some people listen to I Want to Dance with Somebody on the way to work to make them happy. I don't know.
Sure.
99% of people listen to those two songs at parties. That's where you hear them. And I
Yeah,
thought,
it's good perspective.
they end every party with I Want to Dance with Somebody. And I was dancing with somebody that I loved when I was listening to the song. And I thought, this is a fun song. I didn't want to really dance like this to Uptown Funk.
Ooh.
So I think I Want to Dance with Somebody has a little bit more integrity and a little bit more soul. So I think I'm like 60% that song and 40% Uptown Funk because I love Bruno Mars. So I think I got to go with the Whitney Houston too.
I'm surprised this was unanimous because in the
unanimous.
end we all lean towards the Whitney Houston song.
And also I was a little convinced by these three. So if you're watching this video, maybe maybe if you have a certain opinion, you might change your mind too.
So
Sure.
funny. When I was younger and I first got really into music. They did a countdown. It was like a VH1 countdown, the best 80 songs ever. And I Want to Dance with Somebody by Whitney Houston beat out With or Without You and
Oh wow.
and all them songs, like all like great 80 songs. And it drive me crazy, and that's why I had a bias towards it.
Oh, okay.
But then I
Understood.
re-listened today, and I was like, this is an actual song. Uptown Funk is just a celebration of fun noises.
I think that about says all we need to say about song versus song this week.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
It was
unanimous.
fun.
Everyone, here's the deal. Let's cut down to brass tacks here. This is our weekly podcast, 40 minutes. This was episode 2. During this quarantine, everyone stay safe. Stay in your house unless you can't stay in your house. You have to go get groceries or something. If you're an essential worker, keep doing your thing. We love you and we appreciate you. Other than that, tune into this every Tuesday. If you're checking out our YouTube channel every Thursday, you're going to have a quarantine concert. And if you want to go that extra mile, join us on Facebook and Instagram live every Sunday around 6 or 6:30. And we will be performing a live quarantine concert. Me and John up top. Josh and Nick will be cheering us on or cursing us.
By the latter.
So this
And
is
Nightbirds comes out May 8th.
Nightbirds comes out May 8th.
Everywhere.
Last but not least.
Yes.
Of course, I would forget about our own record that's coming out. Listen, everyone, this was fun. Tune in again next Tuesday for the next episode of this. And everyone, stay safe and wash your hands. All right.
See
We
you then.
love you. Be
Later.
So
safe.
long,
Bye-bye.
everyone.